Welcome back to Set Streets and Eats, guys. I'm Chris Bauer. I am here in Yukon, Oklahoma today. A little windy. Yukon, Oklahoma is just outside of Oklahoma City. It's a suburb of Oklahoma City. I'm at a place called Artrageous, if you can't tell from the sign behind me. And the building's right there. This is a community-based art center that does all kinds of great things, offers all kinds of classes, no matter the age group. School groups can come here, your friends can come here, you guys can make art, learn about art, learn how to make art. It does a lot of incredible things for their community. I sell art for a living, so that should be why I'm here, right? But I'm actually here for a completely different reason that I'm gonna tell you guys inside. But I don't know, you might get a clue from my sunglasses with Fry Guys on them and my sweet McDonaldland shirt. So why don't you guys join me as we tour Artrageous in Yukon, Oklahoma. Let's go see it.
Everybody's heading for McDonaldland, hurrying and scurrying to beat the band.
They're in a happy mood to get that happy food.
Like burger shakes and fries, like apple pies.
It's always like a party when you get there.
You're always gonna get a big hello.
Gwen.
Gwen,
Yeah.
very nice to meet you, Gwen.
Well, this is Artrageous.
So what is Artrageous?
So it's basically an art place where we do everything art. We're doing pottery class.
Oh, very
So
cool.
they're doing some handbills.
Yeah.
So this is our pottery room.
And it's like an all ages kind of experience.
Yeah. And they're doing little handbills. Like,
That's awesome. That's really cool.
They're making little pinch pots.
Hi, guys. I like what you guys are making. Hi.
So this is also part of
Oh,
the
very
and we have
cool. Yeah.
wheels and when they're done, they
Sure. I've never thrown a pot. Well, you know, no pun intended.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems really, really cool.
right, and then they dry out the
Yeah.
things and they kiln it. And then
That's
this
cool.
is the bisque, and then when they're done, they glaze it, and then we fire it again, and they make little things that they want to do, and then all their little pinch pot monsters will do the same thing. It's gonna
Okay.
be a little glazing
That's pretty
process.
awesome.
So down the halls we have the artist is Nick Bader, and he is.
Very
So we did like if you take it and look all the way down.
Yeah.
There's an eye and it's a prism, and then it has a spacing around it.
Okay. I got to get the Mac Tonight shot.
Yeah. And we did that.
Looky there.
So
Mac
the big-
Tonight.
Exactly. So this area is kind of a hippie piece.
Yeah,
lava
okay.
lamp kind of way, and we just went here, did whatever we wanted, made it kind of lava lampish.
Yeah, it totally does. I love
Like I have the
car
crazy
door.
ideas, like he.
Oh, whoa, that's awesome. That is cool.
So basically,
Nice.
the meaning of this is that life is about perception.
Okay.
And then we all walk through clouds of unknowing and not really
Yeah.
knowing where we're going, and it's all about the eye. So
I love
the way we
that.
perceive things,
I like the clouds around it.
our imagination, our intuition, you know,
That's
it's
really
all
cool.
about that. Some of the McDonald characters within
Yeah.
the space things. So we have it. So if you look down, it goes all the way down here.
Okay.
And then it goes all the way, and you'll see another McDonald's character.
Cosmic. And Mars Attacks, of course.
Yep.
He fits.
So it continues with our theme, and we're going to the grimace.
Oh my lord, there is a grimace door. I definitely gotta get this too. I haven't
Yeah.
gotten this one yet. Ooh, I like that. So here we go. We got, look at this. It looks like mid-70s, early 70s McDonald's standee. And of course, he's got the rules with Officer Mac
Then
for the
here
collection.
is your McDonald's room.
Wow. This is cool. And walk in to Set Makers Inc. Paradise. Look at this place. Got the McDonald sign and the Grimace cage. Now, what brought this on?
So I'm kind of a collector. And
Yeah.
I had a daycare and I had a parent that had an auction house and
Sure.
basically offered me the first pieces were a couple trees.
Okay.
and then
Some
a
of the
tail,
apple pie trees.
And then it kind of sat outside for a little while.
Sure.
And then about 5 years ago, we brought it all in. And we started the room with, we painted the ceiling, we painted the walls.
Yeah.
And then we just brought it all in, and then Nick Bayer and I, so I would prime it and sand it. And
Sure.
paint it, and then he would do all his magic with the shading and the cool parts of like colorations.
Right.
He helped me paint all these pieces.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
And where'd you guys got to get them all from the single auction house at different times?
I started with the two, and then I met another collector in Texas.
Gotcha.
His name's Ethan.
Yep, I've been to
Yeah.
his playground. He just
Okay.
finished his, so
So
yeah.
Ethan is a big time collector.
Yes,
and
he is.
He would say, "Hey Gwen, I have this," and I'd say, "Okay, I want that," and then I'd save a piece from him, and then we brought it all
Yeah.
together. And then I bought pieces from him, and I bought pieces. I mean, everywhere.
Wow.
So I found like this captain on. I believe it was just off someone in the collectors group,
Yeah.
and he brought it to me because he said his neighbor had it or he had an auction, and then this one was on another auction because they were really good pieces and not.
Oh, yeah.
And we just barely had touch-ups on them.
Got the hamburger chairs. Looks like the Grimace and the Fry chair, or at least
Yeah.
the wall hanging versions
So
of them.
Nick Bayer took the chairs
Yeah.
and molded.
Oh, that's
these,
cool.
And then, so these aren't original pieces, but they're molded plaques. So
You
he-
could be selling those hand over fist.
Yeah, and he has some molds if anybody wants to make them as plaques.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
I like them better as plaques.
Yeah.
Because
And
that's
then he-
those things
there's
would be
one more over
enjoyed.
there. And then
Wow.
he also molded the fish fillet.
Oh, those look fantastic.
Yeah.
Look
so
at
his
that.
company name is Create Co.
Okay, I'll look him up. I
Yeah.
I personally would be interested in some of those.
Yeah.
That is really cool because what a great way to reuse those chairs
Yeah.
that kind of get in the way if
Yeah.
you don't have a use for it.
So there's just a few pieces we molded because we were kind of exploring.
Sure, yeah.
But most of the pieces in here are original. So,
I was gonna say, like, you have all these wall
Yeah.
hangings.
Yeah.
Where were? I mean, some of them look like ones that used to be. Like I can see a Set Makers Inc. one over there.
Yeah.
But
So
are
these
these
are
like
Set
hand
Makers
painted?
Inc. also. So
Awesome. Okay.
This is the history of McDonald's, and I got
Yeah.
I got 3 plaques from the same lady that had the auction house. I
Really?
started with this. And then
These
so
are
they're
phenomenal.
they're 1974 set makers, and
That's
they're original
awesome.
art. And then I put them all behind there. If you go all the way.
Yeah, that's what my eye went right to when I came in.
There's a tree.
Because you don't see the plaques
Yeah.
very often. You got a bunch of them. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
The history of
This is
McDonald's is all
great.
within. And then the scientists. So the 3 together were the McDonald's, the Grimace, and
Yeah.
the scientist. And then I bought the hamburger off of eBay, but it kind of went with the same one.
Of course it did. It looks like it was
I
made
believe
right
it's
with
the
them.
same year, but it's
I've
not.
never seen this Professor one. Like this is
Yeah, Professor was who made the Fry
that is
Guys.
awesome. I mean, I've seen the character. I've just never seen this wall art. That is really something. I've seen this one before,
Yeah.
and but they're so impressive in person.
So, and then if you look on the walls, the
Oh yeah,
the
they got
Fry
the little
Guys,
fries.
Nick molded some of those.
Oh
Also.
no kidding! God, those came out amazing.
But there was a couple of them that, because we had to redo the
I've seen that Grimace one too, which is such a good one.
So when we refurbished or restored the merry-go-round, he
Yeah.
had to kind of build some of the legs, and we went ahead and molded a few of them.
Oh sure,
So
yeah.
Nick Bayer and Create Co. Company is his company.
That is so cool. You even got one of the old placards from the mansard roof buildings.
Yeah. So if you
That's
go back in there,
great.
there's a tree, and it's full of all the
Oh, all the different McDonald's ornaments,
Everything
yeah.
in it is McDonald's.
Oh, that's so neat. Look at this tree, guys. Look at all the different ornaments. There's Grimace all bundled up for the cold. We had this growing up on our tree every year. Look at that fancy ketchup packet top. That's the propeller blade for the helicopter for Santa. Oh man, these are so cool. I did not realize just how many, look at that mansard roof ornament, that's amazing. Just how many McDonald's ornaments they are. So neat. Then of course we got the rules with the Hamburg Lounge. You don't see those that often. It was probably mid-80s. Maybe earlier. This sweet scarf. And of course, these were one of the side on the building, on the mansard roof buildings. They had 3 or 4 of these underneath the windows along the side of the buildings.
And then up on the walls, there's still, I believe that Fry Guy one was maybe one of the original ones also that came with the 3. But
Wow.
I just found them different places.
Yeah.
And then I know they all go together as far as the time periods and the style of the painting.
A little Grimace chair. We got Captain Crook that goes on top of the slide. And of course, we got a Fry Guy Goblin little merry-go-round. You see these in Walmarts a lot.
And
I never saw one in a restaurant, though. I love that they got the little ship. That is really cool. We got the thick shake volcanoes.
if you go to Nick Bayer's Create Co. company,
I will definitely be going to that. I got to see what he's
He shows some
doing.
of his process, and he painted
Yeah.
some cars, and he has the funnest video, and he took this head, because it's
Helium
one of those,
tank head, yeah.
And he built like this to make it
Oh, that's a
stand.
great idea. Yeah, a little stand for it.
Great.
Wow, I love these old signs with the Officer Mac on them. Those are really cool, especially the 3D version, the set makers version. And I've not seen this version. I've not seen this Ronald piece or this. I've seen a style of that,
Yeah.
but this looks older.
Yeah.
And this one's got a Fry Guy with
Yeah,
it.
I got that one from a lady in Tulsa.
Wow.
And I just drove down and picked it up. My son was going to gymnastics down there, so it worked out.
That's incredible.
And then sometimes I'd find pieces. And
Yeah.
if Ethan's traveling across the United
Sure,
States,
which he does that a lot.
I'd say, well, I found this place and this,
Yep. Go pick it up for me.
and I pay him to pick it up when he's going that way anyways, and we kind of
That's
collaborated that way.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I mean that's a great way to do it.
And there are some sketched places.
Oh yeah, some of the windows. I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Look at the Mayor McCheese
I know.
windows.
I need to
Wow.
box them, but I didn't know how to do that yet. So I kind of
That
put them in
is
front of that.
Yeah, because it's so
Yeah.
nerve-wracking if it's going to break or not.
Yeah, they're heavy.
Oh, I'll
They're
bet they
heavy.
look like they would be. I mean, that's like really nice edged glass. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So you
Wow.
just find pieces here and there.
I'm so glad this all got saved. Oh, so many landfills got so much of this stuff. That's incredible. This is an amazing, amazing room.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know, it was for fun and for art.
Yeah. You guys do like birthday parties and stuff around for it?
Yeah, we have an event center. Kids don't actually come in here and play.
Okay. Well,
and they can
I don't
take
blame you.
pictures and-
right. Yeah.
But they can't actually get
I get it.
I mean, this is the only one that you can
Sure,
actually get inside
sure,
of.
yeah,
And I
that's
took
not
the
gonna get
springs off
hurt.
Because he barely.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say there's no way he'd be
Yeah,
fitting
but
in
I
here.
kept the
Or the
springs.
Officer Mac.
Yeah. And they were different pieces to get in. That's all I have to say.
I'll bet. I can't even imagine how you
Yeah.
got that in here, come to think of it.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. And even like this seesaw, I found this on
Yeah.
Marketplace.
No kidding. Oh my
And
God,
then
what
I
a
repainted
find.
it. Like Nick's, I watched Nick all the way through, and then
Sure.
I repainted that one.
What a fun. I love this.
And-
The statues from around the old playgrounds are so cool.
Yeah, and he actually didn't have a hat, and Nick.
Oh, no
rebuilt
kidding.
it. Yeah.
On this one?
Yeah.
Wow, that looks like it's totally
Yeah.
original. That looks
Yeah,
great.
Nick does an awesome job. He's kind of a
Yeah,
sculpturist. And he
yeah.
does a lot of things in the botanical gardens.
Wow.
Yeah. His company's called Create Co. because he's got a.
I'm probably going
Instagram.
to put a link to it in the description of the video too.
Yeah.
If that's okay with
Yeah,
you.
for sure.
Okay,
He'll love
good.
it. Yeah.
I love these.
He's just an independent artist.
Now, was this a mold of the swing set?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, because it looked a little bit different.
Ethan has the
he's got the still full swing set, but that's awesome. I can't believe you can do molds this size. I mean, these are huge.
And so Nick built those like stands.
With custom stands, sure.
Probably like a PVC pipe.
Oh, 100%.
It helped us to keep them up off the ground.
And what a great way to display them.
Yeah.
You have a very unique setup because so many people, they don't have the option, so you're kind of leaning things and then doing that. This is incredible.
So you built stands that kind of went like poles.
100%.
And it helped them throughout the room. That's the way, and that was all his idea. Those
I love that.
Stands.
What a great room. It's like you can't not be happy in here.
Right?
I love this.
Happy room.
It really is. Yeah, that Set Makers Inc. piece I've seen before, but it's still incredible with Hamburglar and Ronald. It's one of my favorites. Oh man, they made such great stuff for the McDonald's back then. How amazing is this place, guys? My favorite thing out of everything in here, because I've seen a lot of the pieces more often, is the murals. The Set Maker Inc. wall hangings that they used to have around the party rooms and the play area, or just the family areas there in the restaurants. But there's so many of these I've never seen before. I've seen pictures or seen most of them in person, but there's 2 or 3 pieces in here. Didn't even know they existed until today. That Professor piece is absolutely spectacular. This Ronald piece I've seen versions of, or maybe even that before, but this Ronald piece I've never seen before. The mid-70s Set Makers Inc. artists that worked there were just world-class artists. And they brought that McDonaldland to life like nobody else could. And just nailed it. Like, to the point where we grew up, Gen X, seeing these and going here, but that was what we didn't know was these things, these little details were why we wanted to go back to McDonald's so badly. That and those delicious French fries. But it was a magical place that we didn't know was a magical place, if that makes sense. It wasn't until all of them have been gone and we see these gray box McDonald's that you realize there's no magic left in the fast food that we grew up with. It's such a bummer, just going from something that had so much childlike innocence and magic to it to being a gray box where they can make you feel better about paying $8 for a cheeseburger. It's another victim of capitalism that I wish we didn't have that as a victim. I also think that nostalgia being at an all-time high, McDonald's should really consider doing a modern version of this, or I'd love to do a vintage version if they could pull it together. I don't know how much they kept. Most of them I don't think they kept. But man, if they had access to something like this, where they could make a new McDonald's restaurant, but make it the old way, and have these wall hangings and all these figures, do an old school McDonald's playground out front with the bridge where you go to McDonaldland. I just think it's a can't miss. Like, I feel like even if as a pop-up, they could literally make $1 million immediately. They would fill up all of their slots. I don't know. That's just me talking out loud. This room is magical, though. Maybe that's why I'm talking about it. I'm back in the magic in this room. It's so amazing. These apple pie trees. I used to have those seats all the way around them, and you could sit under them while you ate your McNuggets. They're so happy. And can we just talk about this gentleman's molds? I'm going to be looking this up. I'm going to put a link to his company in the description of this video. What a great idea to take the backs of those chairs off that we've all seen, those chairs on the playground in the kids area, and make wall hanging plaques out of them. Brilliant. Yeah, I love that. I think that's the coolest idea ever. But this Ronald piece is just incredible. I've seen obviously versions of that. There's a bunch of those sideways Ronald McDonald's on all kinds of the play areas in pictures, or there's none today, but even up till just a few years ago, you could still find these. But this one's got way more detail to it. This one's got a fry goblin and parts of McDonaldland with the big mushrooms and everything else. I've never seen one like that, and that is amazing. It looks early 70s. It's just such a cool place. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little oasis, McDonaldland oasis that exists today in Yukon, Oklahoma, just outside Oklahoma City. Just a little oasis you can walk in and immerse yourself in early 70s nostalgia. I can't say enough good things about it. It's such a cool, and that doesn't even touch what Artrageous does here. That was such a cool thing that they offer this art place for the entire community. Doesn't matter your age. You can take classes for any type of art. I think that's really neat. And you know, maybe you're feeling overwhelmed with an art project and you need a few minutes to decompress. You come in here. I would probably try to paint in here, but they probably wouldn't let me. Meaning that this is such an inspiring room. Like, I bet you get all kinds of inspiration in here. So, all right, guys, Ronald's sending me off. We've seen the McDonaldland room. It's amazing. I can't say enough great things about it. Come take a class at Artrageous, or just come by and ask if you can stand in this room for a few minutes, because it's an art-inspiring room. It also makes you feel completely nostalgic and happy. It's very rare you can find a room that guarantees you happiness, so I definitely recommend Artrageous right here outside of Oklahoma City in Yukon, Oklahoma. You will not be disappointed. And Ronald, we'll see you next time, buddy. See you guys in the next video. Bye now.
And luscious apple pie. It's always like a party when you get there.
You're always gonna get a big hello. That's why everybody's heading for McDonaldland. The happy greeting place.
The happy meeting place.
The happy eating place to go.